And welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about personal statement. I remember when I had to write personal statement and I had to Google what personal statement was. I saw a couple of stories that I've had to use over the years, and I think that that didn't help me in my scholarship application process at all. As much as possible, you have to own your story. That is why it's called a personal statement. So in this YouTube channel, I'm going to explain to you how I went about my some tips to be able to write your personal statement. And also, if you're able to write this your personal statement, I'll provide a demonstration of my personal statement that I had to use. And like I always say at the end of the video, don't copy it because it's not going to help you. If you really want to get it, spend time writing it. Don't waste your time on applications that are copied files.
So, for a personal statement, it's a narrative that gives the reader more insight into an individual or your future contribution to the work. Okay, so now you're going to provide information about your education, your practical experiences, your special interests, what are your career plan, usually in a 3 year or 5 year career plan, then a purpose in applying for that study. Now, the main thing you're supposed to do is like try to explain who you are and how that is important to what you want to intend or accomplish. Okay. Now, you want to demonstrate your unique qualification for your chosen field. Now, you want to discuss experiences, people, and events that have inspired you to pursue the field that you want to study, and now demonstrate a high level of commitment to your field of study. Now, when Nat was talking, he said that he was giving some applications to be able to, determine, international student and that. Now, straight away, if you give me a personal statement of two people, I can tell who is passion driven in terms of that personal statement that is guiding their education, practical experiences, special interests, career plans, and the purpose of them applying. I can tell the two different people who is more passion driven than the other. And I don't know how it comes. I don't know. Sometimes I was talking to a friend asking that probably it's because we've had to write over a period of time. So we know when something doesn't tally or something doesn't flow or something is generic. Now people will just go and download things online and try and edit it to suit what it is. And trust me, all these things are passed through certain processes. Now, there's an online system. We receive about 1,500 applications. Now, if I receive 1,500 applications, I'm not going to be able to read all the 1,500. So we pass them through all the all the plagiarism checks. Now, if it matches and give a plagiarism, obviously more than 10%, that means you copied that personal statement or whatever. There are some words that are similar to someone's own that has been delivered. So try as much as possible to authentic and not to be generic. Now, I'm going to share a personal statement of one of my mentees that I had to review. Quite amazing guy who was, putting his experiences in field. Now, I read one personal statement and says one of the girls who had to write hair, she was like, coffee is one of the best beverages you can ever have. You can argue with yourself. I have concluded. Now, when I read that, I was like, what? What is this girl trying to talk about? That was quite interesting. Now I wanted to read more. So her online or introduction captivated me. That this is a very strong point. You should be able to have a strong point to actually say that coffee. Now, she worked as an intern in a coffee shop. And what she was doing was that during her time of working as a coffee shop, some people actually preferred latte to that coffee. Now, she wanted to explain out why people's preferences are linked to a certain a brand. Okay. And what she realized was that these things were basically from people's travel and experiences. When they travel and experience things, they are able to determine what makes that place feel like home. And it was coffee. And this is somebody who is like a literature. She was going to do literature and moving into tourism. So that was a good way to market a tourism project in a personal statement. And that was geared from her internship in working with the coffee industry. You see how intertwined that is. My mind would not ever come to that. So this person is actually offered an undergraduate study in University of Ghana, offering computer science and physics. He was engaged in personal development and campus-based leadership, other extracurricular activities. He said, during holidays, I often join youth groups to rural areas for community development and volunteering outreaches. a sense of a strong drive from my experiences during these visits bears out. He mentioned the name of his NGO and he stated the vision of the NGO. Now, what the NGO has done that over a period of 7 years, he was able to lead a team of 19 youth to run educational projects and advocacies to impact 12,500 youth, women, and children. And this is somebody who I'm actually like, probably he's not done his master's. So this is a master's personal statement he's applying for. So this person has been involved with a lot of community outreach, and that is his personal interest. And that bears him out to create an NGO out of that personal interest. Now he's been engaged in a couple of talks. One of his main topics that gave him a lot of media attention was that solving Africa's 1 billion problems. So he has had a list of 1 billion problems that are in Africa and how he's going to be able to solve them if he's given the chance to. This is somebody who hasn't done that yet. It's just a vision. So that is his career goal. That's his career plan. That's where he wants to get to. And how is it going? So he was able to speak at a TEDx talk in Accra on tasking responsibility to effect change in leadership. And one of the things I even picked up from here is that you can even market a cupboard boy to make it look very considerable in the eyes of people. Now, let me give you an example of how to market a cupboard boy. Now, I'll say that I was responsible for handling books, okay? And I was able to arrange the books based on gender. That is based on gender, and also be able to arrange them based on latecomers. And obviously, latecomers wouldn't have been able to meet the academic deadline, so they missed it. This is just a cupboard boy, but he has been able to market it or brand it in such a way that when you're reading his personal thing, you see that this is somebody of vision who wants to make things easier based on his time. So you can always make the role that you are fitting in very, 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 very like come out well than rather just playing it down as a cupboard boy. As long as it's a task and a responsibility, you have to highlight them. Now, he stated his career plan that he wants to achieve. Then obviously, if he's given the chance to be able to study in a master's degree in the UK, he will be able to achieve that. Now, he said for youth NGOs in Ghana who lack academic knowledge in development studies, I hope to liaise with the Faculty of International Development Studies to design short courses in development practice that fits the Ghanaian context. And this will be made accessible online and offline to undeserved youth non-profit leaders and grassroots to help them to prepare their teams and maximize their efforts. So if you see how he was able to channel his passion, what he's been doing to be able to meet how academics will be able to get it and how to get him that position he wanted. Okay, so that's it for personal statement.